hearts. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, I'm telling you, I was just sitting here listening to this 9-year-old girl who been through some tough stuff. But she sung this song, I'll Rise Up. That's right, I'll rise up. Well, good morning, dear hearts. Welcome to the morning devotion with Bishop G. That's right, Bishop G. BG, that's me. I'm here live, well, and I'm still kicking. And even though my team lost last night, the Dallas Cowboys got whooped by the Rams, that's all right. We just got work to do, but we're still serving notice to you that we're on our way to the Super Bowl. That's right. I know some of you say, well, we're gonna see if the bishop gonna show up this morning. We're gonna see if the bishop gonna be in good spirit this morning. Yes, I am. The bishop is in good spirit, even though we lost. See, losing sometimes the battle is not where it's at. Where it's at is winning the war. Whoa! Well, the bishop is here this morning, and I'm, you have to excuse me there, trying to shake from under those fans and under the air conditioning there, but the bishop is all right. I'm still here, alive, well, and I'm still kicking, and from the looks of it, looks like you're still kicking as well. Good morning, Brother Clark. John, I know you was going to show up this morning. You said, I'm going to see what kind of mood the bishop is going to be in. Well, listen to me, dear heart. We're still on our way to the Super Bowl. That's right. Yeah, we lost last night. That's all right. I mean, we did good. The boys did good. Just got to tighten up that defense, that's all. But hey, that's all right. They'll get it together. They'll get it together. They'll get it together. Good morning, brother G Money. G Money, how you doing this morning, my brother? Man, I'm telling you, I feel mighty good this morning. I watched my boys last night take care of business, and I tell you, they got some work to do, but that's all right. They're gonna pull through, just like you and I. We don't lose, we don't win every fight, we don't win every game, but you know what? Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose, but we get back up, dust yourself off, and get ready for the next episode. That's right, and if you're fortunate enough, things will come right back around, and the one that you lost against, hey, you take care of business. Woo! Well, good morning, dear hearts. I'm doing well this morning. I feel mighty good. Would have been feeling a lot better if my Cowboys would have came out on top. But that's all right. They looked good. I mean, they looked like Super Bowl team. That's right. They look like Super Bowl team. Wow. Well, anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. I hope you had a good night. I hope that you got some good rest, ready to start your day off. Get your day going. Get this week moving. Get your week moving forward. And I tell you, so let's move forward. All right, dear hearts, listen here, because I don't want to get caught all up about my Dallas Cowboys. You know, I don't want to upset nobody, because, you know, the morning devotion is about uplifting you and inspiring you and encouraging you. Not about what we're going to do to the Giants, what we're going to do to the Eagles, what we're going to do to, what's my wife's team, the Minnesota Vikings. You know, not what we're going to do to them, you know, but it's about uplifting you, inspiring you, and encouraging you. So let's get on with the encouragement. God bless you. All right, do you got your oil? If you got your oil, now listen, y'all know what you got to do. You got to cover yourself. That's right. By the way, the lady told me to tell y'all good morning. She said she prayed and hoped that you have an awesome week this week. So I want to make sure that I tell you that. In fact, she tells me to tell you good morning every morning. And sometimes it kind of slips my mind depending on what I done got caught all up into. But don't forget, anoint your head. That's right, because you got to be thinking right. We got some pretty tough days ahead of us. We got the election coming up. We're still fighting through the pandemic. You know, we got a whole lot to deal with. But you know what? Anoint your head. That's right. Anoint your head. Anoint your head, because we want to ask the Father to give us good thinking today. That's right. Help us to think right. Anoint your head so your emotions can be regulated, huh? It can be balanced. That's right, because we don't need our emotions all over the place. You need to be focused. And I know there's a lot of challenges, you know, that are lying at your door, a lot of things that you're facing, you know, but you still got to stay focused. You still got to keep yourself focused. You still have to rise, like the young lady said. And I want to get right back to her again on the other side of this prayer. I want us to hear that song. I want us to get that song into our spirit. In spite of whatever that you are dealing with, whatever that you are being confronted with, you still can rise. In fact, you have to rise. That's right, you have to rise. So don't forget, anoint your head, anoint your eyes, huh? You want to stay focused, anoint your ears, because you got to be careful of what you're allowing to go into your ear gate. Your ear gate, your ears and your eyes are the ear gates to your soul. They are connected to your soul. So you got to be careful of what you're listening to, what you're allowing yourself to fixate yourself on. If it ain't positive, if it ain't inspiring, if it ain't encouraging, if it ain't uplifting you, if it ain't constructive criticism, not destructive, but constructive criticism, then you know what? Filter it out. You don't have time for it. Time is too short. Too much going on. You got to stay on top of your game. Why? Because you and I has to finish out strong. That's right. And we cannot allow ourselves to be like my boy Fred Sampler said, you big dummy. No. We cannot be big dummies. We got to stay focused. You got to stay focused, all right? So anoint your nose, because you need your discernment, the spirit of discernment. You need it to be high. That's right. You need to be able to discern. What that little robot on Dr. Spock used to say, lost in space, danger, danger, danger. You need your conscience to be on full alert. That's right. That's right. Your conscience. Your conscience. Not your intellect, but your conscience. You need to be careful. Watch what you say today. Be careful in how you speak, because there is power in the tongue. What you say is what you're going to get. 9 out of 10, you're going to get. So you got to be careful in what you say. You cannot afford to just throw stuff in the atmosphere. Stuff like, I can't make it. I don't know if I'm going to make it. No. Cancel that. Tell yourself, I will make it. I am going to make it. That's right. I will rise. Even though I don't feel like getting up, but I will rise. You have to tell yourself, you got to get up. You got to keep moving. You have to become productive. Not busy, but you got to be productive. Why? Because it's all about you winning. You got to win. Yes, I know we lost loved ones. I lost quite a few. But you know what? Most of them would want you to win. You to continue to win. Keep carrying the torch. Finish the race. Leave back a legacy. Pick up the legacy. Rebuild the legacy. That's what most of them would want. That's right. So you got to keep it moving. Don't forget, anoint your legs. I know you get tired. Like the little girl said, you may feel tired, but you got to keep moving. Anoint your feet. That's right. Lord, I need you to direct my footsteps. Because I got to keep it what? I got to keep it moving. Their hearts, you got to keep it moving. You got to keep it moving. So many people are dependent on you. Don't you know your children are dependent on you? Don't you know your grandkids is dependent on you? Your nieces, your nephews, your cousins are dependent on you. Your uncle, your auntie, they are dependent on you. Huh? Say, well, Bishop, that's a whole lot of dependent. Well, I know, but you can do it, and they believe in you. The bishop believes in you. The Father believes in you. And so you have to shake yourself loose. Come out from under that that goose, or that loose under your neck. Come out from under it. You got to win. That's right. You got to win their hearts. You got to keep running. You know, in the army, you know, when during wartime, when the fight is on strong, and you know, and I'm sure that many of them they watch is a lot of casualties, but the focus is we got to win the war. 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 And you got to win the war in your mind. There's a war going on in your mind. You got to win that war. That's right. You got to come out victoriously. You have to win. That's right. Now, I'm going to have to talk to my Dallas Cowboys about that, but that's all right. I'll have my conference with them later. We got to win. Even though you might lose sometime. But the game ain't over. It ain't over. You still got the next game and the next game and the next game and the next game. The next challenge, the next challenge, the next challenge. You got to focus your mind on winning. You got to win. All right, so you got yourself anointed up, got yourself covered up. All right, let's see where we're going to branch off from today. Let's see where we're going to branch off today. Well. Let's go to 2 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, verse 9 and 10. I believe we read this before the other day, but you know I want to read this one again. 2 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, the verse 9 and 10. In the manual book. That's right, in the manual book. Pull it out of the car, out of the glove department. We got some, you might got some lights on in your car. So we're going into the manual book to find out why the light is on and what can we do to get that light off. All right? All right, so 2 Corinthians 12, 9 and 10 says, my grace is sufficient for you. For power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I am content with weaknesses, insults, hardships, persecutions, and calamities for the sake of Christ. For whenever I am weak, then I am strong. This is the Apostle Paul going through some challenges. He went even before the Father with some of his challenges. He had a main challenge, you know, which was a thorn in his flesh. And there's many suggestions of what that thorn is, but regardless of what it was, you know, it bothered him. You know, it frustrated him. You know, and he went to the Father for it. Lord, God, I need you just to remove this. Lord, remove it from me. But here's what the Father, here's what the Creator said. My grace is sufficient. The Father's grace is sufficient even due death in your family. His grace is sufficient. His grace is sufficient even through pain in your body. His grace is sufficient even through the loss of a job. Even if the income is low. Even if your stock is low and you don't know where The funds are coming from, the resources are coming from. The Father say, my grace is sufficient. What is he saying? He's saying, I got you. I got you. I got you. I still have you. You can still rise. You can still move forward. You can still finish your race. I got you. My grace is sufficient for you, he says. For power is made perfect in weakness. In your weakness, you're going to find a lot about yourself. In your vulnerable moments, you're going to find out what you need to work on. You're going to find out what you need to strengthen. You're going to learn a lot of things about you, yourself. You're going to learn a lot of things about those that are around you. You're going to learn who your friends are. You're going to learn who really got your back. So in that weakness, in that vulnerable moment, there's an education. There's learning in that moment. Therefore, I am content with weakness, insults, hardships, persecution. Listen to what Paul's saying. Now that I'm realizing that in my weakness, I'm going to find out where I'm at. I'm going to see what I need to be working on. Where am I at even in my faith walk? Paul said, looking at it in that sense, I'm not accepting weakness as doom. I'm not accepting a loss as it's over. But I'm accepting it as it's time for me to get up. It's time for me to work on. You know, when my Dallas Cowboys lost last night, I could have got mad, got upset. But instead, I sat there and I said, okay, boys, we got work to do. We got to work on our defense. We got to protect our quarterback. Give him time so he can find who to throw the ball to. I looked at it in that sense. And that's where you got to look at whatever that you're going through, whatever that you're facing with right now. Seem like the chips are down. Don't look at it as though it's over. Look at it as though, okay, now I see what I got to work on. I see where I need to come up at. I see where I'm falling short at. I see where I need to strengthen some areas at. And that's what Paul said. Paul said, therefore, I am content with weakness. In other words, not content in the fact that I'm settling and I'm satisfied with it, but I am content in a way of, okay, it's not going to overwhelm me. It's not over. I just see now I got work to do. I just see that I gotta get myself prayed up and stayed up. That's right. Instead of keeping laid up, but prayed up and stayed up. Paul said, therefore I am content with weakness, insults. All right, bring the insults. Bring the hardships. Bring the persecutions. Because I know where I got to work, things where I got to work on. I got to work on my conversation with the Father. I got to work on my prayer with the Father, my devotion with the Father so he can keep me. Don't you know the Father said he will keep you in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on him? The Father, the Creator. That's right, the Father, the Creator. The one that created you. The one that knows more about you than you know about yourself. He said he will keep you. But your mind got to be stayed on him. And the only way that mind going to be stayed on him is you got to constantly talk to him. You got to constantly build that relationship with him. You know, I usually tell people, I say, you know what? Don't wait till hardship hits to have a good relationship with the Father. Get that good relationship with the Father before hardships hit. So that when hardship hit, guess what? Yeah, you're going to feel it. It's going to rock your world. It's going to shake you up. But because of the relationship that you have with the Father, you know I can make it. I can get through this. another page in my chapter. That's right. I know I'm going to come through this. Why? Because your relationship, that conversation with the Father, you got that assurance. And He'll remind you. He'll remind you of all the things that He done brought you through. He'll remind you all the things that He done for you. That's why I encourage you, write down a list of everything you want the Father to do. And as He do it, check it off. So when times like these come, when the times of a lost one, a loved one, when the time of sickness, when the time of when things, the chips are low, down, jobs is gone, you can go back over that list and read it and say, whoa. Oh man, I remember back in 1995, man, no money was coming in, but God kept me. Didn't lose my place. God kept the lights on, food coming. You'll be able to look back and see what the Father has done, and that assurance, that confidence that, hey, this is just a test. Woo! It's just a test. Just a test to show you where you are. A test to see how far have you come. A test just to see how diligent you have been. How consistent and persistent that you have been. Because when we're not consistent, it's going to show. When we're not persistent, it's going to show. We're not diligent, it's going to show. But when it shows, you just say, well, I got work to do. I got work to do. I got to get back on track. You know, yesterday I listened to a preacher. I mean, man, this preacher, he preached yesterday. He preached, man, Pastor Henderson. That man preached yesterday. He blessed my soul. Man, he said some things that reminded me, that put me back in remembrance of things, you know. And I was so grateful and so thankful. I got to send him a tip. I got to send that man a tip, man. But you know, but that's what the Father will do. He'll remind you how He kept you, remind you how He brought you through, He'll remind you that it was Him. So you write it down, check it off, date it when God does it, and when hardships, when tough times come, you go back to that reference, read it, and man, I'm telling you, it'll make you feel good. The preacher was saying some things yesterday, man, just reminded me. Oh man, he reminded me. Oh man, so many good memories. You know, when I was born, I only weighed 2¼ pounds, as I was told. But God brought me through. Stayed in the hospital for a month or two, but God brought me through. I was about 5 or 6 years old, got hit by a car. They thought I was dead. A couple broken ribs, broken arms. I was in what they call it, a bracing for months. I was in the hospital for a couple of months. But God brought me through. Got older, I ran into a parked truck, knocked myself out. God brought me through. God brought me through. 3 contracts out on my life. Oh man, God brought me through. 6 foster homes. Went through 6 foster homes. God brought me through. Not long ago, got a death sentence. My system, my body was shutting down. My doctor told me, said, I don't know how you made it even here in my office. She said, according to the reports, you are leaving here. You're dead. You're dying. But God brought me through. 15 years of depression. Depression. The last 5 of those years was deep depression. But God brought me through. Coming through the residue of the depression. I'm through the depression, but you know, there's a residue that you go through. God is bringing me through. What has God brought you through? Now, I just started the roll call, that's all. I just started the roll call to get you thinking. What has He brought you through? He brought you through a bad divorce, he brought you through. Brought you, what has he brought you through? Think about those things. What the Father brought me, and if he's able to bring you through those things, he's able to bring you through these things, even if some of those things have been repeated. The Father can bring you through, but you have to tell yourself that, though. You have to believe that. You got to believe that, and you got to hold on to that. Lord, I know you can bring me through this. Lord, I know you can bring me through this. Don't feed into, because the devil will want you to feed into. People around you want you to feed into that, it's going to be tough. It don't have to be tough. It don't have to be tough. And it don't have to be that tough. It can be a little rough, a little shaky. But it all going to depend on what do you tell yourself. It ain't even what other people tell you. It's what you choose to believe. If you believe it's going to be tough, it's going to be tough. But if you say to yourself, I'm going to get through this. And keep telling yourself, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get through this. I'm through this. I'm through this. God has brought me through. I'm on the other side of it. If you keep telling yourself that, dear hearts, I'm telling you, listen, I'm not just saying this. I mean, if I begin to get started and talk about the things that I done been through, you will say, wow. But you know what? He brought me through them all. He kept me through them all. And he can keep you. Let's have that conversation. I'm sorry, I'm a little wound up this morning. Let's have that conversation with the Father. Father, in the precious name of Yeshua, we come before you, dear God, first to thank you for your goodness. We thank you for your mercy. We thank you, dear God, for your love and tender kindness. Lord, as Job said, as he lost all of his children, he had one child after another passed away, lost his business, lost all his wealth. Lord, he became sick. His friends turned their back on him. His wife told him, say, man, you just might as well go ahead on and die so I can get the insurance. But yet, through all of that, Job said, yet will I trust you, Lord. He said, Lord, though you slay me, though you allow me to go through one thing after another, my trust is still in you. Job said, on my appointed time, I'm going to wait until my change come. I'm not going to throw in the towel. I'm not going to leave from the dock. Looking down the track, I know I don't see nothing, but I know that it's coming. And it might not come on Amtrak, but that Conrail got a whole lot of goodies on it. I'm going to wait till my change comes. Father, we ask you, God, to help us, Lord. Help us, Lord, to stand on your word. Help us, dear God, to stand, dear God, on your promises. Father, you said that the thoughts that you have for us are good and not evil. You said, Lord, that you will give us an expected end. Lord, help us to stand on that word. You said, Father, that after we have suffered a while, after we done been through this, that, this, that, and this, that you will perfect us, that you will strengthen us, you will stable us. Lord, we're holding on to your word. Help us, Lord. You said, Father, not to be weary in well-doing. But you said that in due season we shall reap if we faint not. God, we're asking you this morning, Lord, give us sustaining power. Oh, God, where we might be a little low, Lord, fill us back up. Oh, God, breathe on us, God. Let us feel your presence, God. Remind us, dear God, of the things that you have brought us through. As the old song we used to sing, how I got over, how I got over, how I got over. Lord, remind us, Lord, that it was you that brought us over, and it was you that brought us through. And Father, it is you that will keep us. So Lord, we asking you, Father, to touch our minds today. Lord, regulate our minds. Lord, help us, dear God, with good thinking, right thinking. Help us with our emotions, dear Father. Don't allow them to be all over the place. Bring them in, God. Help us, Lord, to be calm. Help us, dear God, to trust in you, Lord. Lord, help our eyes that we may stay focused on the prize. Help our ears, dear God. Help our ears, Lord. Don't allow us, dear God, to accept foolishness and garbage and junk. Things, dear God, that's going to bring down our spirit. But Lord, tune our ears into those things that's going to uplift, inspire, and encourage us. Oh, God, we ask you, Lord. Help us, Lord. Help us, God, to be careful in what we say, even in our vulnerable moments. Help us, dear God, to be careful of what we put out into the universe. Oh, God, help us, God. Help us with our senses, spirit of discernment. Help us, dear God, to discern what's right and what's wrong. God, we ask you, dear Lord, let your will be done in our lives, Father. We ask this, Father, in the precious name of Yeshua. Amen and amen. Woo! I don't know about you there, Hearts, but man, I feel 5 pounds light. That's right. I don't even know if I'm going to exercise today. No, I'm kidding. I got to do some my exercise today. But I feel light. I feel light in my mental, my emotional. And that's what having that conversation will do. When you have that conversation with the Father, and I mean really just have a conversation with, just first of all, start off by thanking him. Start off by thanking him. And then you can start off and let them know how you feel. Even if you lost the game, your team lost, let them know, Lord, I feel kind of down right today. Let him know. He'll lift you up. Now, he might smack you and say, get a hold of yourself. That's just a football game. He might smack you a couple of times. Well, that all depends on how serious you take your loss. Some folks take a loss and go into deep depression. No, it's only a game. It's only a game. You know, life might hit you. It's only life. Life might feed you a bad deck of cards, but that's all right. You can take that deck of cards and still win. Now, I better not say that too loud because my wife done beat me the last 4 times in Uno. But you know what? If she ain't too tired when she get off the night, it's Uno night tonight. That's right, it's Uno. Well, dear, listen, I want to go back to that song real quickly. I ain't going to be with you too much long, but I really want to lift your spirits today. I really want you to be encouraged today. I want us to check this young lady out. This was a 9-year-old girl that been through some stuff. I mean, doctors told her that she wasn't going to live. She's 9 years old. 9 years old, been through hell and back. But I want y'all to listen to this song that she sang.
I'm so happy to be here because, I've been watching your show on YouTube, and now
you're in it
to win it.
Yeah.
I want y'all to listen to this. All right.
Go ahead, Angelica.
Okay.
Win it for yourself.
9 years old.
You're welcome.
Been through hell and back. Listen to her.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so you're gonna walk it out and move.
9 years old.
Mountain.
Move now.
We're gonna walk it out.
We're going to walk it out.
Mountains. And I'll rise up and say, I'll rise up.
Rise up.
I'll rise unafraid, and I'll do it 1,000 times again.
Woo. That's right.
For you.
Rise up. Wow. 9 years old. She done been through some of everything. Doctors told her she will not live. Doctor said she won't even live long enough to become a teenager. But 9 years old, she rose up. She rose up. And listen to, I want y'all to just listen to all the, I mean, people are crying. People are so happy. All the clappings and look at all the shouting. Because this 9 years old little girl, listen, that's what will happen. When you place in your mind
This shouldn't actually
that
happen.
you are going to rise up.
Tiny.
Listen what he just said. He said, this should not have happened. What shouldn't happen? That she's becoming a star. Because, woo, Lord, I'm feeling that one right there. Go on YouTube, put in 9-year-old girl surprises singing, Rise Up, and America's Got Talent. America Got Talent. Y'all have to look at that. And when you feel down, just go to that. If this 9-year-old girl can overcome all the obstacles, being told you're not going to live to be a teenager, your life is limited, but yet she beat the odds. She's 9 years old, and man, from the way she sung that song, the energy, and if she believes that, ain't nothing gonna stop her. I hope and pray that y'all got this, all right? I had something else different for you, but I don't know. I think somebody needed this today. I know I did. Well, listen, I got to go. I got things that I got to do today, but I want you to be encouraged. Oh, let me finish the rest of that out. 2 Corinthians 12, 9 and 10, Paul says, therefore I am content with weakness, insults, hardship, persecutions, and calamities for the sake of Christ. For whenever I am weak, then I am strong. Say to yourself, I'm strong. I can get through this. I will get through this. I will leave back a legacy for my family. I will change the narrative. I will break the generational curses. I will do it with the help of the Father. And believe that He will help you. And watch it come to pass. God bless you, dear hearts. I got to let you go. I'll see you tomorrow at 7:25. But I want to encourage you, stay alive. Be careful today. Safe distance. Keep your mask on. Wash your hands. Know that the bishop loves you. But more important, know that the Father really loves you. God bless you, dear hearts. Talk to you later.